Hi Collective, what's good? Let's get you a midweek motivational reading. Starting off using the A&E cards, advice and encouragement. See what messages Spirit has for you this week. And then we'll tap in with some chakra cards to find out what chakras are being highlighted at this time. And then tap in with the tarot using the chakra tarot deck as well. So this is an all signs reading. Come through Collective, get comfy. Let's get some advice and encouragement for you. All right, here's the first one. We have self-learning is a lifelong lesson. Equip yourself for the journey. Okay, so some of you may be going within, looking at yourself, looking at your life to this date, perhaps questioning why things have happened the way they've happened. What lessons have you learned? And what lessons, the lessons that you've learned, how you can take this information and use it to your advantage moving forward. We have learned to be accepting of the things that are building you. They may not look how you envisioned them. So yeah, perhaps you're going through certain lessons or experiences in life. Perhaps they may be pressuring you. I just heard diamond. So pressure makes diamonds. So you've perhaps been through a very hard situation of late, very challenging situation of late. And it's not because, the Most High, the Divine hates you, or, you're cursed or whatnot. This is so you see the truth, the reality in the situation that you're in, to take the lessons, not the losses. We don't do losses around here. We do, the L's are lessons around here. So taking the L, the lesson, and using it to your advantage for future, experiences. We have act with control rather than react with emotions. The difference between the two is that the power remains in your possession. So learning to not give your power away when something doesn't work in your favor, not to react. Okay, I'm getting some serious downloads right now from multiple angles. I'm seeing and hearing that people are triggering you to react because they are running out of fuel, basically. You fueled them for years. You're light. These are energy vampires. So you may be getting triggered. Multiple people around you trying to trigger you or react, causing reactions out of you, because this is where they get fed. So whatever you're going through right now, to remain balanced and centered, because there's people that are trying to cause you to react so they can then abstract that energy, information I was going to say. So then they was going to abstract that information from you. Information. It's Mercury retrograde, so perhaps my tongue's tied. What I meant to say is to extract that energy from you. Or in regards to the word information, I feel people are trying to tap into your life. So monitoring spirits are trying to access information on you to use against you. So just be vigilant at this time, Collective, being mindful and aware, being focused in regards to your environment, who you've got around you, what's going on, staying 10 toes down in all of your endeavors. All right, let's get one more. You have too many skills and qualities within you not to try. You may surprise yourself. So you may even be getting triggered to prevent you from showing up every day, from being your true authentic self. Again, your light irritates the demons in people, so they're doing all they can to try and prevent you from shining that beautiful light of yours. So regardless, whatever they feel about themselves, any insecurities or inadequacies they feel in themselves, has nothing to do with you, Collective. So keep shining that beautiful light of yours, being accepting of who you are, what your mission is, your purpose is in this world, in this lifetime, and moving accordingly. You've got the backing of the divine, you've got the backing of your spirit team, and just know that anything that you are going through that is a bit heavy at this time, it is to build resilience, to build your discernment, your intuition, and it's building strength for you to keep going and to protect your energy as you move forward. So yeah, this is lessons on protecting your energy as you continue to show up and be your true, raw, authentic self, not wearing a mask, not needing to people please or validate anyone else's opinions of you. It's all about, you know, showing up as your true, authentic self, showing up, doing the work, doing the healing work, and knowing that it's a lifelong journey. It's not going to end overnight. This is something that is going to be continuous, you know, throughout your lifetime. So ebb and flow, going with the flow, going with the ups and downs of life, knowing that everything that you do go through is for a reason. But whatever happens or whatever is happening around you, just to be aware that you are in the right place, you are valued, you are seen, you are appreciated. No matter how many people or how many times people try to dim your light, the divine sees you. So continue to show up, collective, continue to show up, shine that beautiful light of yours. It says continue, and you may even surprise yourself. You have the courage to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is also a strength. So yeah, when you do feel low or when you do feel weak, it's not a negative. We're having a human experience, which means we're here to experience all the emotions. Energy is energy in motion. So as long as you don't stay stagnant in the emotion, keep it moving, energy in motion. But you know, own your emotions, own how you feel. This is your radar, this is your inner sat nav, so to speak, to direct you to what resonates with you, what makes you feel, you know, happy and complete. So own your vulnerability, as the card says, because your vulnerability is your strength, your vulnerability is your superpower. Know that you are loved now through your healing journey and when you are on the other side. So what I'm getting as well is some of you may have been going through ascensions, spiritual awakenings, and perhaps there's a lot of guilt or shame in how you used to be. But there's no need for that. As I said, we're all on a journey. We're all ascending. We're all growing and learning. So you can't really knock yourself for things that you weren't aware of back in the past, as long as you use this information now moving forward. And that's where the growth is, collective. All right, so let go of that shame, let go of the guilt. Everything is for a reason. It's for you to learn and grow. And once you learn the lesson, you grow. Well, that's the, you know, that's the objective anyway. Some people are happy to stay stuck in ignorance. They know the truth. They know what the lesson is. They know what they need to do. But unfortunately, some people aren't capable of ascending. They stay stagnant and stuck in that cycle. All you can do is release them with love and keep it moving. Otherwise, you'll be stuck and stagnant with them. Remember, we're all on a personal, independent journey. We'll all have to answer to the divine, to source, the universe, you know, the Most High at the end of the day. And you can't say, well, she said or he said. It's about you. It's about your personal relationship with your higher self, with the divine, and about your decision making, your discernment, your, you know, choices that you made in your life. So at the end of the day, you can't blame anybody else but yourself for the outcome of your decisions. All right, that was a long channeled message. Let's get some chakra oracle cards. Let's find out what this message is, you know, pointing to. Crown chakra, yeah, your connection with the divine. So the focus right now is actually building a stronger connection with the divine and having that faith and inspiration, that divine inspiration to be a better person, to expand, to ascend, to grow. And at the end of the day, it is your choice of how you show up. It's no one else's fault if you choose to be low vibrational. That's your choice. You can't blame anybody else for that. You made that decision. So let's see, collective, all signs. Hit that like for me if this message is resonating, much appreciated. Hit the follow as well, or the subscribe, depending on where you're watching this video. So the first card out is Insight, third eye. Card number 42. Is that the third eye? Let me just double check. Yeah, third eye chakra. And this is about your inner standing. It says understanding on the card, but I'm resonating with your inner standing. You have to go through the experience to really feel, to walk in the shoes of the experience. You have to inner stand it by going through the situation to then be able to understand it, to understand it. So there's a situation that you've gone through, and perhaps now you've received the insight that you needed. You now have the inner standing because you've been through it yourself, to see the bigger picture. So this is all about awakenings, awareness, and self-evaluation. So checking yourself. Now that you see the bigger picture, it's time to check yourself and to readjust to, your new truths, the new reality of the situation. So tapping in, using your third eye, 2 third eye cards here, bottom of the deck. We have the visualization card. This is about focus, experiences, manifestation, imagination. So yeah, using the experience to your advantage. We have choices. The card came out. It's all about your personal choices. Personal choices, which means the outcome is placed solely on you because you make the choice. We have free will, courage, willpower, and change. So using your intuition to make choices, better choices for yourself, by tapping into your intuition and your discernment, being more discerning about the people, places, and things that you have around you, and then making better choices for yourself. Card number 32. So that's card number 17, cancels down to an 8. As within, so without. As above, so below. That's universal law. Laws of Tahuti or Thoth. So, emerald tablets, universal laws. These are laws that are set in stone, concrete, that you can't manipulate the universe. You can't manipulate universal law, that everyone has to abide by the divine's laws. It's law and order. I'm picking up legal situations, legal system, spiritual legal system. Just like we have the physical legal system where you have to abide by certain laws, this is the same in the spiritual realms. You have to abide by certain spiritual laws. If you don't, you have to reap the consequences. All right, card number 32, this is a 5, and 5 represent choices and changes, self-expression. So changing the way you express yourself, vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. Being assertive, speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, using your inner voice. And I feel the inner voice is your higher self, speaking from that divine self rather than the ego self. Vocalizing your needs, your desires, your wants. And this is your responsibility. So it's your responsibility to be honest, not only with yourself, but with the people around you. Card number 31, truth, transparency, sincerity, and communication. Self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. So everything here is to do with your third eye, seeing the truth in situations, making better decisions for yourself based on these truths, speaking these truths out into the universe, being assertive, speaking up for yourself in the name of love and self-care, self-love, not being a pushover, stand up for yourself, being honest about how you truly feel, and then asserting your needs and your desires and your wishes to these people, to these, places, institutions, organizations, whatever it may be. because this is your responsibility. Your responsibility is to be honest with yourself, to be authentic, to speak up on that which you see in your third eye, in your mind's eye. And this is empowering, not only for yourself, but for your community, for your loved ones, for your family. Perhaps you have the gift of inner vision, of insight. This gift, this inner vision isn't given to you for no reason. It's necessary in your life, obviously. So tap in, collective. Use your insight, use your God-given abilities for the betterment of yourself, your loved ones, your family, and your community. And this is actually your responsibility. This is why God gave you this gift. It's a God-given ability. It's your responsibility to fulfill this mission or purpose of yours. And what I've also noticed as well is that when you don't actually tap in and take responsibility of your gifts or the purpose or your mission or your calling, this actually does start to affect your physical health, your base chakra, your root chakra, because it's your purpose. This is what you're here to do. You've been incarnated into this lifetime on this timeline for a reason. So if you ignore this, it's going to affect your physical health. It's going to affect your emotions because you're not listening to your intuition. You're not tapping into the insight, the sight within. This will affect your health. So it's kind of you're sabotaging yourself. So tap in, collective, use your intuition, use your discernment, and then act accordingly on the information, what you're being shown. All right, so sacral chakra, third eye, root chakra, and throat chakra. Speaking up for yourself, being honest, speaking whatever is on your heart. That is what is being asked of you at this time. So there's some emotional imbalance because there's some emotional imbalance because you're not being honest and speaking what's on your heart. This in turn will be affecting your physical health. So in order for it not to affect your physical health, you need to speak up, speak what's on your heart, and do it with chest. Like, you're your own person. Why would you not want to share what's on your heart? You're a person. You're a child of the Most High. You matter. What you say, what you feel matters. So speak it, express it, and that way you're releasing it. Crown chakra. This is messages, downloads, or crown loads, messages from the divine, and you're getting these messages for a reason, to share. So share, collective, share whatever it is that is on your heart. This way you're releasing it, creating space to then create something new to share. Let's get some tarot on this. All signs. Midweek motivation. So you're being motivated to inspire by sharing the insight that you have, making better choices for yourself, being honest with yourself. This is your responsibility to be honest with yourself at least. And if not, this will be affecting your physical health and your base chakra. Your base chakra is linked to all things in relation to your security, your stability, how you feel within yourself, within your home, within your physical home, your body. So feeling discomfort in the body because there's something that's not aligned, something's not resonating with you, in turn affecting your emotions. This may be your physical health in regards to your mental health, your moods, feeling off balance because you're not expressing, your true emotions, which is the energy that you're feeling in emotion. All right, let's get some tarot on this, collective. Hit that like for me if it's resonating. First card out, sacral chakra. We have the strength card, Leo, fire sign, fire energy, fire element, being passionate, being inspired, being creative. We have the Hermit. So receiving information, going within to receive the information, and having the strength and the courage to relay or to share this information that you're given. There's a lot of spiritual awakenings that are happening around the world. So third eyes are being activated, and it's not for no reason. Use the God-given gift to support yourself, your community, and your loved ones. Nine of Pentacles. So you could actually be using this gift to build, you know, stability for yourself, which would in turn heal your base chakra. So we have the Strength card, the Hermit card, Nine of Pentacles. So you're independent, you're feeling, you know, abundant, or you should be. Single energy, independent, abundant. We have the Fool card, taking a leap of faith, taking a risk. Or this could be speaking about an Aquarius with the Fool. Is that Aries energy as well? I'm not sure. I know it's Aquarius. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away. So perhaps you're walking away from an Aquarius or someone that was playing the fool in your life, being a fool. So now you are independent because they didn't know how to act. This could be a Hermit, Virgo energy. Perhaps you've had to be strong in dealing with this Virgo, this Hermit energy, and as a result you've decided to have strength and walk away from this Virgo, this Hermit energy. You've seen the light in the situation. You've received some form of insight about what's going on. Perhaps you were unaware that this person was actually the person that was affecting your health. And so you've made the decision to walk away and to claim your independence, or your Nine of Pentacles, your Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Why did I say Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups would represent having pride, contentment, choosing contentment over people pleasing, satisfying your own needs. All right, tell me more, please, Spirit. We have the World card, completion. So it's completion of a deceitful cycle, Seven of Swords. This could even be self-sabotage, sabotaging your own life, sabotaging yourself because you're stuck in a situation that is not bringing you any peace, any happiness, or anything, to be honest with you. If this is not you, this is a cross-watcher I'm speaking about, so I'll flip the roles if needed. Knight of Pentacles, slow movement. So have you received insight that the situation that you were in, collective, was actually delaying your growth, delaying your progress? You were actually sabotaging yourself. Queen of Pentacles. This could be a mother of your children. Queen of Pentacles. This could be someone you worked with, a business partner that you're not seeing eye to eye with. Five of Wands. Very, very conflicting, is that a word? Argumentative. An argumentative person that you were working with or living with, or is slowing you down, or deliberately trying to slow you down. Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. So someone using their head in regards to investments. Tell me more, please, Spirit. What is this? Queen of Swords, air element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's this investment? Seven of Pentacles, investing in a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this is causing major conflict. Multiple people are in the energy of anger right now, or conflict, or too many opinions, crabs in a bucket or crabs in a barrel. And this is the reason why you're needing to break away from this dynamic and go alone and become independent, because there's too many people involved with their own, you know, objectives, their own desires, and it's causing conflict. Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups. So you're wanting to What's this Three of Cups? Three of Cups would represent a celebration of some sort or a reconciliation, or this could involve, whatever this situation is, it involves three people, multiple people. We have divine justice. So is this a third party situation? There's multiple people involved in this situation. We have a third wheel here. We have multiple parties involved in something that has caused chaos. We have the Moon card, Pisces energy, Cancer energy. This represents illusions. This represents things not being clear. It can also represent using your intuition. We have the Death card. There's been some secret, so I feel like someone tried to keep a third party a secret, which has ended up in chaos and conflict. And this situation has come to an end with the Death card. It's now being transmuted and transformed. So perhaps you had a choice to make about who you wanted to move towards, and you chose to move towards someone that was very filled with conflict, and perhaps you've chosen now to build the strength up to walk away from this person. We have the Ten of Cups, to move towards that actually which brings you happiness. 10 Cups, emotional fulfillment, satisfaction, claiming your desires, going for what you want honestly, not what people are telling you to go for, or what looked good on the outside. Is about how you feel internally. Remember, universal law, as I mentioned earlier, as within, so without. Any other messages, please, Spirit, to close this reading? So moving forward, what's the advice? Let me know if this message resonates in the comments as well, collective. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. So the Six of Cups and the King of Swords. This could be someone from your past. A air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be you finding the truth, seeing clarity about your past, seeing, what was really going on around you in the past. You've now got this truth, which would be represented with the sword. The King of Swords holds his sword upright. He knows the truth. So I feel that any illusions that were around you, or confusion, or, any conflict, I feel you now know the truth of the situation, and this has caused a tower moment for you and for the people involved. So you've been woken up to the truth, the reality of the situation that you're in. That's that insight. You've been tapping into your intuition. Well done, collective. You've tapped into your intuition because you couldn't see your way forward. I feel someone was literally casting illusions, smoking mirrors around you to cause confusion. I'm also feeling and hearing of emotional manipulation. So perhaps you felt obliged to stay in a situation that wasn't meant for you, or something along those lines. But again, you had the strength and the courage to move away. You were able to use your intuition. Your eyes were blinded, so you couldn't see your way forward. You had to tap in to use your intuition, represented by the Two of Swords, and then the Page of Swords or the Princess of Swords would be represented by you receiving information, or you looking for information to make your decision. The Page of Swords can also represent someone watching you or stalking or something like that. Page of Swords. Receiving information so you can make a decision to move away from this chaos to a more calmer situation. So are you looking at some other connection? Two of Cups. You've got your eye on another connection that seems to be in a more calmer frequency, calmer vibration. or this is you moving away from this whole dynamic to work with the divine, to work with your spirit team, to share the insights, you know, the downloads, the messages that you receive, your God-given gifts, sharing that with your community, and moving away from all these people that just literally caused chaos, drama, confusion, conflict, and delays. So you're on your journey, collective. You've moved away. You made the decision to move away from anything that was causing you conflict. The tower has fallen. The tower is falling. And you get to move forward into and sail away towards the sun. Beautiful ending there, collective. Well done. So this was very confusing for you to navigate your way through, but it's looking like with the support of the divine and your spirit team and your intuition, you were able to navigate your way through it, to sail away from the chaos, away from the drama, and towards a positive outcome for yourself. Lovely. So you used your intuition, Queen of Cups, balanced emotions to hear the divine. And you're a star. Not only are you a star, you have a solid, stable future. You have a solid, stable foundation for yourself. You've manifested this for yourself. Lovely. So you get to move forward fearlessly. You get to move forward passionately on that which you desire, your Eight of Pentacles. So you've mastered something. This could be your skills. This could be, I had a message earlier, you have too many skills and qualities within you not to try. You may surprise yourself, and that's exactly what you've been doing. You've been holding in on those skills. You've been perfecting and mastering those skills, feeling very passionate about your work. And as a result, you get to move forward in this beautiful new beginning that you've manifested for yourself. Lovely, collective. Let me know in the comments again if it resonates. Hit that like for me if it resonates. Drop your comments as well. And if you'd like to book a personal reading to tap into to your personal situation a bit more, you can do so via the website naturalmiracles.co.uk. Well done, collective. This was quite a heavy cycle that you had to navigate your way through, but it looks like you did it. You succeeded, and now you get to enjoy not only the fruits of your labor with the Nine of Pentacles, but you would get to enjoy some positive frequencies around you as well. So keep shining that beautiful light of yours. All right, you take care, all the best, and I'll catch up with you soon.